Good morning, students. Today we will continue the module number 4, introduction to the metal forming processes. In that one, today we will continue with the drawing operation. Okay. So what do you mean by drawing? See, drawing is a code working operation in which the diameter of the workpiece has been reduced by passing through the tapered hole which is made in the die. Okay, this is the definition or introduction to the drawing. Drawing is the operation of reducing the diameter of the workpiece by passing through tapered hole made in the die. So here with the sketch I'll explain here. See here, this is the undrawn bar, the original diameter of the workpiece, and this is the die, right? So this area is known as a tapered hole in a die. So whenever the undrawn bar, that is the initial diameter of the workpiece, when it is forced through the tapered hole of a die, automatically with the plastic deformation, the bar reduces its diameter with the application of force, and drawn bar has been taken out from the other end. So in this way, the cross section or diameter of the workpiece can be reduced with the help of application of a force through a tapered surface of a die. Okay, this is known as a drawing operation. Now the accuracy and quality of surface is maintained is very good in the drawing operation as compared to the rolling operation. Okay. So these are the some of the shapes produced by drawing operation. So it may be a circular, it may be a rectangular, it may be a this type, right? Or this may be a pentagon or hexagon, right? Oval shape. So these are the different types of profiles which can be drawn with the help of a drawing process. Now coming to the next bit known as a wire drawing process. So the wire drawing process is nothing but here it consisting of the bull block drawbridge. This component is known as, this equipment is known as a bull block drawbridge. Here it consisting of a loose coil in which the wire which is going to be drawn is going to wound around, and this is the roller which is the driven roller. Then here die is there, drawing die, which has got the tapered hole inside it, right? Then this is the bull block. This circular disc is known as a bull block. So with the help of these two wheels and die, the wire drawing process is going to be carried out. So initially the wire which is going to be drawn, it is wound around on the loose coil, right? Then it is initially it is forces through the tapered surface of a drawing die, and with the help of the projected wire, it is locked with the help of a jaws, clip jaws on this bull block. So once it is clipped, then the motor has been started. The motor, that driven motor, it is placed with in association with this bull block. Then when the bull block continuously rotate, as the wire which is forced through this tapered surface of a die, and when it is locked here, so when it is rotating, the diameter of the wire is considerably decreases. Here the thickness of the wire is maximum. When it passes through the tapered surface of a drawing die, the diameter of the wire which is it is going to be reduces. So in this way the wire drawing process is going to be carried out. Wire drawing process is nothing but the diameter of the wire is going to be reduces considerably with the help of the loose coil and the bull block. Loose coil which is used to hold the undrawn wire, that is the initial diameter of the wire, and bull block which is used to hold the finished wire after the drawing operation. In between this, the drawing die is used. The drawing die has got the tapered hole in the inside the die. When the undrawn wire which is forced through this tapered hole of a die, the diameter of the wire is going to be decreases, and initially it is forced through some forces, and the projected wire is going to be locked on the bull block with the help of the few jaws. Then once it is locked here, then the motor is on, the driven motor is on, so that this bull block is continuously rotating. So due to the continuous rotation of a bull block, so it pulls the wire from the other end, and the diameter of the wire which is passes through the drawing die is considerably going to be decreases. Okay, in this way the wire drawing operation is going to be carried out. Now next one, so it is a tandem wire drawing. So tandem wire drawing is nothing but it is known as the continuous wire drawing machine. The name itself indicates that continuous wire drawing machine is made in such a way that the diameter of the wire is decreases for a small diameter in only one pass. Got the point? The diameter of the wire is going to be decreases to the very small diameter of the wire when it passes through only one pass. So it consisting of a supply reel in which the wire which is going to be drawn is wound around, and it consisting of the final wheel known as a take-off wheel, where the final diameter of the wire is going to be held here. So in between the motorized wheels are going to be used. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the motorized wheels, means these are going to be rotated with the help of its own motor, right? And in between the idler wheels are there. So these idler wheels are rotating in between the wire with the help of a friction only. There is no any individual motor provided for the idler wheel. So only the motors has been provided for these motorized capstan wheels, right? So in between this idler wheel and the motorized capstan wheel, the die holder is going to be mounted, in which the die is placed. So whenever the wire is passing through a one set of a die, the diameter of the wire is going to be decreases. Again it is passes through the second set of a die, again the diameter of the wire is further decreases. In the third case also, the diameter of the wire further it is going to be decreases, and finally when it passes through the 4 different dies having the 4 different smaller diameter, then the small diameter of wire, final diameter of wire is going to be take up or wound around with the help of a take-up wheel. So this is known as the continuous wire drawing machine. Continuous wire drawing in the sense the diameter of the wire decreases considerably to a small diameter in only one pass. It consisting of a supply wheel, it consisting of a take-up wheel, it consisting of a motorized capstan wheels which are driven with the help of a individual motor, and number of idler wheels are going to be used. So these idler wheels are not driven, it is only rotate with the help of a friction created by the wire, right? So when the wire passes through each die holder, so the diameter of the wire is going to be decreases. So from die holder 1, die holder 2, die holder 3, die holder 4, so the diameter of the wire considerably decreases in the each step. Then final diameter of the wire is going to be wound around with the help of a take-up reel. This is known as the continuous wire drawing machine, or popularly known as a tandem wire drawing. Okay. Now coming to the next one, rod drawing operation. So the diameter of the workpiece, if it is more than 0.5 mm or 5 mm, we are considering it as a rod. So the rod drawing operation is done with the help of the chain drawbench. So the figure shows the chain drawbench. It consisting of the chain rod. Okay, it consisting of the chain drawing here, the chain and the pulley arrangement here, right? So the open chain drive is used here. Okay, it consisting of 2 wheels here, and it is wound around the chain. Therefore the chain drive is going to be used here. It consisting of a die which is having the tapered hole inside it, right? Here it is the tapered hole inside it, and this is the bar or a rod which is going to be drawn. It consisting of a hook drawbench here. So this hook drawbench is attached to the chain drive here. It is locked to the chain drive, and the jaws are going to be used to hold the drawn rod in the initial stage. Okay, So how it is going to be worked? So see here, the rod which is going to be drawn is passes or forced through this die, and as the force is applied on the workpiece, and when it is passes through the die, the diameter of the diameter of the rod is going to be decreases. So this decreased diameter of rod, okay, that drawn rod, it is attached to the drawn hook bench with the help of a jaws. It is going to be clamped here. It is going to be initially force is applied from this end, and projected part it is applied or it is locked in a hook draw bench with the help of a jaws. So once it is locked here, then the motion is given to the chain drive. The motion is given to the chain drive. Now this chain drive is drive is going to be rotated due to the locking of this hook draw bench to this chain drive. So when the pulling action is provided here, then automatically it applies that same pulling action or pulling force to this area also, where the rod is going to be decreases into the required type of a diameter of a rod, right? So here the unworked rod, and here it is a finished or drawn rod, and continuously it is going to be pulled and at the particular length, and it is going to be cut. So in this way the rod drawing operation is going to be accomplished. Now coming to the next one, it is a pipe or tube drawing. Okay, pipe or tube drawing. The hollow workpieces. The pipe or tube is nothing but it is a hollow workpieces. So here it consisting of a draw bench. Draw bench, it consisting of the two wheels connected with the help of the chain drive, right? In which the grippers are going to be used. The grippers are mounted on this open chain drive. Then it consisting of a mandrel. So mandrel is inserted into the tube which is going to be drawn, and it consisting of this die. So this is the tapered hole provided in a die. Okay, so how it is going to be worked? So initially this mandrel is inserted into the tube, hollow tube, which is going to be drawn. Then it is forced from this end so that it can be entered into the die, and the projected part should be come outside on from the other end. In the initial, the tube which is going to be come out of the die, it is held by the grippers, right, tightly, and the grippers are going to be locked on this chain drive, right? So whenever the motion is given to this chain drive, now this chain drive, the chain drive is going to be rotate, right? So as these grippers are going to be locked on this chain drive, the pulling force is applied on the tube also. So the tube continuously pulls, this gripper continuously pulls the tube, and the force is applied to this area, so that the tube, the diameter of the tube is considerably decreases. Now you may ask, what is the purpose of mandrel? So mandrel, it is going to be used inside the tube to maintain the diameter of the tube, drawn tube, to maintain the diameter of the drawn tube. That's why this mandrel is going to be used. So this is known as the pipe or tube drawing process. Now what are the important advantages of drawing process? See here, first one, ductile material can be drawn easily. Of course, the material which is having the highest ductility can be drawn very easily because they are soft in nature. Limited force is required to deform the ductile material. Therefore, the ductile materials are easily drawn with the help of a drawing process. Surface finish is good as it is the cold working operation. No oxidation takes place, no scaling is going to be formed. Therefore, surface finish in the drawn products are very good. Mechanical properties can be controlled. Of course, as the drawing process is a code working process, the mechanical properties are going to be controlled in the systematic manner. Operation is very simpler, right? So it is only consisting of the drawing die, and the drawing die is consisting of a tapered hole. So workpiece is fed from the other one end and it can be drawn from the other end. So it is a very simple process as compared to the extrusion process. No problem of surface defects. So some defects are there, but there is no surface defect. So okay, as the defects are produced in the rolling operation, here there is no surface defects. Of course there are some defects are there in drawn products, but surface defects are not present. Therefore there is no problem or there is no question of a surface defect. So these are the some important advantages of a drawing process. Then coming to the very important aspect known as a elements of a drawing die. This question is asked many times in the examination. Explain with a neat sketch elements of a drawing die. So this is the die, right? This is the die. So the die has been divided into 4 portions, right? This die has been divided into 4 portions. Portion A to B. This portion A to B is known as a bell. Portion B to C is known as the actual working surface. C to D is known as a land, and D to E is known as a back relief, right? So we'll explain one by one. Now see here, this is the die and this is the conical hole here. This is the total, it is a conical hole, and this is the land, this is the back relief. Now this A0, it is the unworked workpiece, undrawn workpiece. Original cross section area is there, A0. When it is passes through here in the die, so it has the diameter has been reduced. AF is nothing but the final diameter, and this is the drawn wire or a rod. Here we are applying the drawing force, right? Now AB is known as a bell. So bell is nothing but it is that portion of a die which is not come into contact with the work surface. Got the idea? AB is it is known as a bell of a drawing die which is not come into contact with the work during the operation. So that's why it is provided with the half die angle alpha. Here half die angle alpha, here half die angle alpha. Okay. So the main purpose of providing this AB is smooth penetration of workpiece into the die. Smooth penetration or smooth forcing of the workpiece into a die. So this AB area is known as a portion is known as a bell, which is not come into contact with the work surface during the drawing operation. Coming to the next element known as a BC. So BC is the actual working surface. Here BC is the actual working surface where the diameter of the wire or rod is going to be decreases, right? It is the conical shape. BC is the conical shape. This is the portion where the actual working takes place. Actual diameter of the workpiece is going to be reduces. The workpiece is completely come into contact with this surface BC. Okay, the workpiece is completely come into contact with the work BC, and due to the pulling force, due to the conical surface, the diameter of the workpiece is going to be reduces considerably. Coming to the next portion known as a CD, it is a land. Land is that portion which is exist between the the actual working and the back relief. So the land is used to give the smoothness of the workpiece, right? So here after the reduction of a diameter of the wire in the BC portion, if directly the back relief is given, the smoothness is not going to be maintained. So due to maintain the smoothness of a workpiece, the land, a small plain area has been made in between the BC and DE known as a land. So here also the workpiece is continuously come into contact with this land CD. Then last portion is known as a back relief. This DE is nothing but the back relief. So back relief is the last portion of a die which is also not come into contact with the drawn products. DE is the back relief. It is the last portion of a drawing die which is not actually come into contact with the drawn products. So it is provided to pull the workpiece from the other end. This area is provided to to pull or to sufficient force can be applied to the drawn products from the other end. So this is the elements of a drawing die. So if it is asked in the examination, you have to draw the sketch, you have to explain what you mean by the portion AB, BC, CD and D. Okay, this is the elements of a drawing die. Now last bit of this drawing process is known as the drawing defects. As I told you, the surface defects are nil in the drawn products, but there are some defects which are occurring during the drawing operation. The very first one is known as a wrinkling in the flange. See here, wrinkling in the flange. So due to the small amount of holding force, whenever your product is going to be drawn, sufficient amount of force is required. If the sufficient amount of force is not applied, then there may be a wrinkles provided on the flange and wrinkles provided on the wall. So these two are provided or occurring in the drawn products with the help with the insufficient holding force. Okay, whenever you are going to be drawn the product through the drawing operation, the holding force should be sufficient. The holding force should be very high. Otherwise, there may be a wrinkles are going to be formed on the flange and the wrinkles are may be formed on the wall of the workpiece, known as a wrinkling in the flange, a wrinkling in the wall. Okay. Then third one, it is tearing. So this section is known as a tearing. See, whenever there is a high stresses are induced in the material during the drawing operation, whenever there is a high stresses are induced or the die radius may be sharp in some cases. If the die radius is sharp and the stresses induced are very high, then some portion of the material is going to be tear like this. So this defect is known as a tearing defect. The next one is known as a earring defect. So earring defect is nothing but, so whenever the material is of anisotropy. So in the last class we discussed about the isotropic and anisotropic. So the properties are equal here. So all the properties are equal in all ranges. Sorry, all the properties are different in all ranges. So here, due to this, the material end of the material gets some waviness, that is known as a earring defect. Then last one is the surface scratches. So surface scratches may be formed on the outside layer of a workpiece due to insufficient lubricant. If the lubrication is not provided in the drawing die, the material comes under some scratches. The marks retained by the die may be remain on the surface of the workpiece, known as the surface scratches. So these are the some drawing defects. Hope you understood the drawing process. Okay, thank you.